In a world where zombies, ghosts, serial killers, and vampires all exist, it's Nico, Brian, Mike, and Dustin, and they are all that stand between you and the films that could end the world. Welcome to the Don't Go Out There Horror Movie Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Don't Go Out There Horror Movie Podcast. Just want to thank all of our fans and listeners. Really appreciate the support. You guys are awesome. Before we get into tonight's film review, just want to give a quick shout out to our website, don'tgoouthere.com. Everything about our podcast is on the website. All of our episodes and interviews, if you want to check those out. We've done some incredible interviews in the past. Go check them out there in a specific tab by themselves so you don't have to scroll through hundreds of episodes on Apple or Spotify, etc. We also have our store if you want to grab a shirt, a mouse pad, a hat, all that good stuff. We'd love to see your pictures, rep your favorite podcast. And Shan's Etsy page is also attached if you want to grab a tumbler. All of our social media links are on there as well. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Like us, subscribe us, follow us, all that good stuff. And the last thing I want to shout out on our website is our Patreon. We call it Blood Donors. We have the traditional monthly reoccurring kind. If you want to support us, help us pay the bills, as we say. Or if there's a movie you want us to review, that option is available as well. Just check out our website, don'tgoouthere.com. Also, if you haven't noticed, we've recently joined the Believe Network. So there's some ads on our program now. But if you want ad-free content, go check us out on Blood Donors. The ad-free episodes will be available there. We appreciate your support. We hope you enjoy the episode. All right, guys, coming to the film review. We continue on in January. Not necessarily the theme name, but B Horror Movie Month, we're going to call it. And it's Brother Mike's pick. You want to announce your pick and why you picked it?
Yeah, I went with, 2019-2018's VelociPastor. I didn't have a reason to pick it. When Dustin sent this theme, what was that, like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, when he sent the idea for January, I'm like, I'm just going to look up and see what's out there. And that seemed like the craziest, stupidest thing that I could find. And I was not disappointed, is what I will say. That is exactly what this fucking movie was. Really, at the core, the heart of this movie is really an anti-Catholic message, guys. I mean, clearly, this is against the Catholic Church, everyone. Yeah, this movie's fucking... it's so bad, it's good to me. I can't help it. They even... there's a scene in here that it's one of the funniest things we've covered, in my opinion. Full stop. And I know we don't do a comedy podcast, but I think me and Dustin are some of the bigger horror comedy people on the show as far as like how we like our taste sometimes. And this movie scratches that itch for me. It's how do I put it? It's really bad. I don't even want to say it's so bad it's good because that would require me saying that the film is good. It's not. But there's actually some like decent movie stuff in this movie to me. The acting is horrible though. Music is terrible. But the story is also terrible. But it's not any different than like Teen Wolf, right? It's like Teen Wolf with a little bit of religious overtone. So yeah, I mean, all in all, I picked it on a whim, and I'm kind of glad I did because now I've seen this shithole.
This movie makes Teen Wolf look like The Departed. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I can at least say that I saw the movie, but this movie did not fall into the same category as like Zombievers, where I had fun watching it, even though it was bad. I just thought this was bad, and it was a drudge to get through, to be honest, for me. But that's just me. I'm not trying to shit on anybody's cornflakes or whatever, but it was just I thought it was painful. Bad, I did not really have a good time watching it. I thought it was terrible.
It was
My pick next week is terrible too. So like I was good more than everybody. I thought it was awful too. So yeah, we're 1 for 1 so far. We're 1 out of 2 so far for this month. Dustin, what do you think?
This movie's an hour and 10 minutes long. You said it was like a chore to get through. That's crazy.
It felt like a chore to get through, brother.
I thought this movie. So I'm doing the scene by scene tonight, and I did it. Gosh, like over a week and a half ago. And I've thought about this movie, I think, every day since. It's one of those that you just can't shake. I don't know, man. There's something charming about it. It is funny because it doesn't like this movie. There's not a single second in this movie that's wasted by them pretending it's good.
Correct.
Like from start to finish, everyone involved in this movie is like, "Hey, look how bad this is," and I dig it. Like I said, if you're gonna be bad, be entertaining, and this one was.
Correct.
Now, score wise, it's gonna be lower than Zombievers all around. Like the comedy wasn't as good. Like the intentional comedy, not the hey, laugh at how bad we are. Like the actual comedy wasn't as good. The story wasn't as good. Well, I mean, both stories are ridiculous, but I don't know. It's just if I met someone on the street and they told me that either one of these two movies were their guilty pleasure movie, that makes sense. I can see it. And that's what I wanted to do with this month when I pitched the theme. So far we are 2 for 2 in that regard. We're just 1 for 2 on Nico's enjoyment. But
both are great. I like both a lot, man.
I got some laughs, man. I got some laughs.
I mean, I got some laughs too. Like whenever she gets smacked in the back, and she like, because you're swimming in bitches. I thought that was hilarious, but like
fucking
the movie itself was just so bad. Like I couldn't have fun with it.
Yeah, man.
I have a hot take. What you just said is how I feel about a movie that's beloved. There's a movie that I think is so bad that I couldn't enjoy it when it came out, and I have not watched it since the time I watched it when it came out, and that's Napoleon Dynamite. I hate that stupid movie.
I love Napoleon Dynamite, so
I understand.
We're on the opposite on that
I
one.
understand why you wouldn't.
Dustin, we don't agree on movies ever, though, so it's okay.
I know.
I will say, man, me and Dustin are in agreement that is something. That I feel like it's been a while since that's happened. That's good shit. And I agreed with Zombievers last week. Yeah, I said, everybody look out. Like something bad's about to happen. But I enjoyed the hell out of Zombievers too. Like they're both very enjoyable to me because of how bad they are. I will say, and maybe I don't know, maybe you guys disagree. This movie definitely played into more so knowing how bad it was. There was a scene or two in Zombievers where I felt like, are they trying to make this a real fucking movie? Like, you're trying to make me feel something for these people? But in this movie, never. Like, clearly, this guy goes from being a pastor to Danny Zuko at the end, and he's all transformed by getting some punani. I mean, that's literally what happens to this guy. I'm surprised the car didn't lift off into the sunset like Grease.
You think they could afford that?
I know. Dude, that's
what we would have got.
Buddy.
Text on screen.
Yeah, text on
that's
screen.
That's awesome.
Car blasting
that was
off
so good.
Space.
That was so fucking cool, man. I loved it. Oh, my God.
Nah, just to piggyback off that real quick, Mike, like you mentioned, I wrote down in my notes, I was like, is a 9 to 5 that bad? Because, like, how do you get a job in this movie and, like be proud of yourself? It's like, dude, like, this is dog shit.
I don't know if y'all know, but the lead actor has had a pretty successful career.
Yeah, he has.
So,
but who else?
Hey,
has?
did you find a way to tie this into David Arquette?
Come on, it's a pig's pussy pork.
It's got to be from the lead guy, I would imagine.
Oh, it is.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, the movie had to the lead guy had to be the only successful guy because Brendan Steer was the director, writer, and editor. He was like Kevin Gates, and I wrote that in my notes too. he got 3 jobs. He don't get tired.
That's right.
Well, all right. You guys have any more opening thoughts before I get into this very short scene by scene? There's a lot of words on my phone here, but I mean, it's a short movie.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a long episode, so
Oh,
sorry, any VelociPastor diehards. This isn't that long of an episode.
It's not a long movie, so what do they want? We're probably going to still talk longer than the movie is. So, all right, here we go. Lord, bear me strength. The VelociPastor. We open with a title card that says "Rated X by an all-Christian jury," which is funny, and we cut to a pastor delivering his message behind a pulpit. After church, he meets up with his parents outside of the church and falls down the stairs as we hear an explosion. We don't see it, though, as we get text on screen that says VFX car on fire instead. And I had to pause it because I was laughing so hard. Because, we're very early in the movie. I had no idea what to expect. That was funny. Later, the pastor is being consoled inside the church for the loss of his parents and guzzles some wine. He says he's questioning his faith, and his colleague tells him to travel. Go where God will not follow. We get some terrible green screen driving scenes as our opening credits roll, and next we see him walking through woods in China. I guess the place where God wouldn't follow just also happened to be Nico's homeland. We see a woman running through the woods, and she's shot through the back with a bow and arrow. She probably deserved it, if we're being honest. I don't know what she did, but our traveling pastor, Doug, hilariously asks her if she's hurt, and she gives him a big tooth and tells him to destroy it. But he doesn't understand what she's saying. He manages to cut his hand on the tooth somehow and passes out. He wakes up hacking in his church with his colleague, and we find out he's having recurring dreams and says he's hungry. He bumps into a hooker, Carol, as she stumbles down the street, and we stay with her a while. Some incredibly bad costumes and dialogue put the cherry on top of the scene, with her talking to her pimp, Frankie Mermaid, who's named that because he's, quote, swimming in bitches. And they're going to meet at the park later. It's nighttime now, and Pastor Doug is struggling in the park, and he lets out a crazy roar, and his eyes turn reptile-like. Carol is in the process of being robbed when a dinosaur attacks the robber and bites his upper torso off, and a mannequin head rolls past Carol on the ground. Immediate cut to Doug waking up in bed the next day, and Carol brings him some coffee. She says last night was amazing, and he's appalled. But, to his relief, she's not talking about the sex. She tells him that he turned into a dinosaur and ate someone, which shocks him even more. He thought it was a nightmare and says he doesn't believe her. She says she can show him the body, and he asks for some clothes. What'd you guys think of that incredible 10 out of 10 open?
I was going to say the opening is probably the best part of this movie, man. It's so good. I was like, this is entertaining as hell. And like we talked about in the open, once you have a movie that's willing to lean in to like, this movie's going to fucking suck, but we're going to make it hilarious, I'm fine with that. I will say the opening, godly, it already felt sacrilegious. Just the title of this movie feels kind of icky, but whatever. Also got a massive laugh, like we talked about the the title of VFX Car on Fire. Good night. That was awesome, man. Because I wouldn't waste money on that either if I had a shoestring budget. I would also write that. So this opening is a little deep, however. Dead parents and a man of faith finding himself. What's this movie, going to get into? I will say this opening credit scene where he's driving and the music's playing, man is straight just sitting in a car. They didn't even try to make it look like that man was driving down the road. He's just sitting there, like kind of nodding his head. I thought it was hilarious. China, all of a sudden, I didn't really understand where we were going here. Turns out it was just a dream. Okay, for fuck's sake. I wouldn't even be mad if I got shot like that, though. Like, that's honestly kind of impressive, in the words of Ron Burgundy. I love Frankie Mermaid. What a hilarious character for any horror movie. Honestly, there's a couple horror movies I could see Frankie Mermaid fitting into. Why is he Frankie Mermaid? Because he's swimming in bitches. What a great fucking line, honestly. Hitting up a hoe in the park for money is really dumb. Because everybody knows she ain't got no money unless she just tricked. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying. I was not expecting this dinosaur costume. I don't know what I was expecting, but it certainly wasn't a Spirit Halloween T-Rex costume, dude. Like, what the fuck is this thing? I laughed my ass off. It's awesome. The lead dude whose name is slipping me, I know that you will have the rundown at some point, Dustin, but he may have had a successful career. Maybe his acting is intentionally bad in this film. There's some really bad stuff from him, but again, it's probably intentional. Last thing, I would be so mad if I found out that morning, not only did I not smash, I turned into a fucking dinosaur, and not even the good kind, the cheap prosthetic kind. That is bullshit. I would be pissed off as hell if I woke up like that. And I'm sweating. I can't stand sweating in my sleep.
Before you go, Nico, I think he did travel to China because I can't remember his father, Stewart, or whatever his name was. He tells him something about his travels.
That's right.
So
you're right. Yep.
But it is an abrupt, no explanation given cut to he's in China, he's back home in bed. So
I just wanted the fans to know that I'm not Chinese, I'm Taiwanese. Put some respect on my culture, Dustin.
My fault.
But I'm starting off with
Kentucky,
a fun fact
brother.
here. That's right. I'm from Kentucky. I don't know where that even came from. After screening, starting off with a fun fact, after screening at the B Movie Underground and Trash Butt Film Festival on August 31st, 2018, the film received a wide release in the United States on August 13th, 2019 by Wild Eye Releasing. I got that from Wikipedia. I just want to share that because I thought it was hilarious that it was called the Butt Film Festival, because this movie is Butt. Rated X by an all-Christian Jerry was a hilarious caption card to start with. And I thought it was unreal that they show the words VFX car on fire as we hear Doug's parents scream in agony in the car and said parents are gone. Like, I know that's cheesiness, but God, it was hilarious as well. You know, some good review talk here from me, but terrible acting to start with, but that's to be expected in this kind of a movie. But God, it is awful. Written, edited, and directed by Brendan Steer. Like I mentioned, he's like Kevin Gates, got 3 jobs. He don't get tired. And I laughed at Doug. I don't understand as a Chinese lady continues talking to him. You know, too bad, brother. I'm not there to help translate for you. I would have definitely helped you out. Elite acting as Doug cuts his hand, falls backward, and immediately feels the side effects. Like, this guy's got a future. And he actually does. Like don't say you can't accomplish your dreams, because this guy is working actor right now. Frankie Mermaid backhand smacked the hell out of Carol. And I laughed out loud at her line saying he's swimming in bitches. That was so funny to me. Frankie's laugh, awful, and I'm already hating this joint. His laugh was killing me. Doug looking like Shane Walsh crashing out in the woods. Love that. Like I mentioned last week, I love crash outs. Carol has no fear, and it's impressive she gave no fuck about this guy trying to rob her. The Velociraptor Randy Orton's the thief out of nowhere, and my God, this costume. Quite exquisite. I think Spirit Halloween would say, what the hell is this Temu shit? So Doug wakes up in Carol's bed now. Good for you, priest. I guess he didn't get buns, but I wrote he got some buns. But you know what? If you save the girl, you should get some buns. That's just all I'm going to say. And what's worse, being called bad in bed or weird in bed? Ladies, y'all answer that for me. Hell of an opening set of scenes.
I just want to point out the fact that you berated me for saying that China was your homeland, and then not 2 minutes later said, too bad you wasn't there to translate. Is it Uchiwali or one mic? Snip, snap, snip, snap. Make up your mind.
I go back and forth from the island to the mainland. You got to, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Hey, don't tell me how my race is.
I forgot you're Kentuckanese. All right. We see that Carol has given Doug a dress to wear because, of course, and they're in the woods. She shows him the body under the leaves, and he's upset. But even more upset when he finds out that she's a hooker. She tells him this is his chance to actually do some good by killing the worst of the worst, but he refuses and runs away. He runs all the way to church, where he's late for confessions. First up is Frankie Mermaid, who lights a joint in the confessional booth and says he smokes wherever he wants. He confesses to some absurd sins, including the murder of Doug's parents. This causes Doug to turn into the dinosaur and kill him in the confessional booth. Afterwards, Doug returns to Carol's and asks how they're going to do this. They need commandments, and he says that he can still practice his faith. She says she doesn't know much about God, to which he replies, I don't know much about dinosaurs, which I thought was hilarious. He tells her he killed the man who murdered his parents, and she can't believe he killed her pimp, and thanks him. They high-five, and we get a montage of Doug preaching, hanging out with Carol, training, and killing bad guys, and ends with him putting his arm around her on a park bench. We cut to ninjas. Why not? The ninjas are talking business and taking care of a dragon warrior, before sharing a maniacal laugh. We cut back to the city where Doug's pastor colleague sees him talking to Carol and later tells Doug he's worried about him because of his lack of eating and absences since Carol showed up. Doug tells him, his name's Father Stewart. I knew I had his name in here somewhere. Doug tells Father Stewart he's really different, and dramatic music plays. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. Little bit of a letdown from the first set of scenes, but not here in the open. This motherfucker in a dress was fucking hilarious, man. Oh, my God. Normally I'm not a big fan of, like, Big Mama's House and, like, half of the Nutty Professor movie where it's Eddie Murphy in a dress, but, like, this shit was fucking funny, man. I couldn't help but laugh.
Dude, shameless plug real quick. That's a perfect segue. I made a list on Letterboxd of movies with straight dudes dressed as chicks, and I reviewed all 6 of the movies I could think of.
No, you didn't, dude.
Let me do this real quick. Some Like It Hot, Tootsie, White Chicks, Big Mama's House, Mrs. Doubtfire, and Juwanna Mann. I'm right there with you. I'm not a fan of most of those movies.
You got to add VelociPastor. Hey, you got to add VelociPastor to that list.
I meant where it's like the main theme of the movie, not just a scene.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. I will say, Carol, I know that we may discourage her throughout this episode, but she seems like a good person, but just maybe a little lost. just kind of lost her way a little bit. Maybe one of us could jump in and save her. You know what I mean? She does make some good points, though. What a better way to help someone than becoming a dinosaur and fucking eating them. That sounds like a great way to help humanity. And it was at this moment I realized, one, okay, sorry, let me back up. This movie is essentially about to be Dino Priest Dexter, right? I mean, this is a priest that's a dinosaur that he's going to treat his role like Dexter. Okay, sure, let's in. I'm all in. Let's lock in. Frankie Mermaid is just like a lot of other people that go to confessional that I've met. Just saying. I think from a narrative standpoint, I really like learning that Frankie was who murdered his parents. Like, that's actually some pretty decent writing, in my opinion. Like how they're tying the A and B plot together a little bit. If this were a really bad television show, like, okay. And then he murders him. I don't think that's bad writing at all. They do a pretty good job. More decent writing in a shit movie, because her reaction when she finds out that he's the one that murdered Frankie is like this massive relief and hug. Like, oh man, for a minute there, they almost made me feel like this is a real fucking movie with actors and writing and shit. Now, what comes after it didn't, but because this little training, falling in love, being a low budget dino montage was awesome. Like it reminded me of the skiing scene from South Park. Gonna have a montage. That scene, that's what it reminded me of. An 80s training montage from Rocky or something. I thought it was great. The laughing was wild. Like this, like ninja laughing scene, and like Dustin said, ninjas, because why the fuck not? We were in China, why not go to Japan, right? Wherever Nico's from, one of those places. Sorry, I will say last thing, Father Stewart kind of being annoying here, man, being a little bit of a cock block. I'm just saying. Like, I understand the vow of chastity and stuff, but come on, dog. Like, hey man, you gotta let your guy do what he's got to do. And then I thought it was hilarious that Father Stewart thought that he was gay instead of a dinosaur, which is absolutely hilarious. Go ahead, Nico.
Yeah, I started off just asking, what the hell kind of clothes is Doug wearing? Bro's looking like Velma from Scooby-Doo right now with this fucking orange shirt dress on. And now Carol's trying to turn Doug into prehistoric Spider-Man, like Dino Man or whatever. Like, hey, let's go kill bad people. All right, why not? Frankie Mermaid doing his confessions now, I thought was hilarious. Bro is smoking and dropping F-bombs in front of the priest. Like, why not? Why not, VelociPastor? Doug turning into the raptor and grabbing Frankie with the dino claw. It was sending me. Like what am I watching right now? This guy's only like half transforming into like killing folks. Why not? To my surprise, the blood actually looked decent, and I'm not mad, and I'm not sad at all seeing Frankie die. I hate to be critical, but the sound design, absolutely horrible. I keep having to adjust my volume as Doug shouts about killing Frankie. And it was nice to see Carol happy and relieved about it, but now I couldn't hear her because like the sound design was so bad. Their high five sent me. Like, this movie is just awful. Sam, the white guy ninja, laughing with the other ninjas is sending me too. Like, what is this movie? Like, why is this white dude here laughing with these ninjas? And that's apparently Doug's brother. Like, how did Sam get there? Like, what? Okay. Doug doing a fantastic job hiding the significantly larger book in front of the tiny one. I thought that was a great job of him being sneaky. Hell of a set of scenes. Not going to lie, this movie is the opposite of McDonald's. I'm not loving it.
All right. Father Stewart tells Doug it's impossible and suggests an exorcism. He tells Doug he needs to rid him of Carol and his delusion. While he's alone, Doug has a flashback of times with his parents and takes off his priestly robe. Meanwhile, Father Stewart says the diocese would take too long, so he takes matters into his own hands. He takes him to an underground exorcist, and Father Stewart has a flashback of when he was at war, complete with hilariously wrong military uniforms, and the fact that they didn't de-age or recast for Father Stewart. They just put a blonde wig on him. We find out his war friend died, and for some reason his girlfriend was in the war zone and stepped on a mine and died as well. And that's what inspired him to become a priest. Back to the underground exorcism, Doug starts to wig out and turns into his alter ego. Father Stewart is blown away, and so am I. Not because it happened, but because you can clearly see that his dino hands are just gloves. Like, it looked so bad. He plucks Father Stewart's eye out and runs away as the bootleg exorcist laughs like a lunatic. He runs to the woods where the ninjas see him and plot their attack on him. As they attack, Doug transforms, and we cut to Carol arriving back at home where Doug is waiting for her. He tells her he was attacked and that he thinks he killed Father Stewart. She calms him down, and they have the sexy time via a groovily edited montage that includes a recap of the entire movie. And the next set of scenes, praise God, is the ending.
Now listen, I don't know if I would have told Father Stewart anything because I can't tell if this man's in my corner. All right, he's trading on me. I don't like it. I will say, apparently, you can't come out to your family as a dinosaur or anything. This feels like a risky move around this time. Maybe the world's not ready for the hybrid human dino or human dino kind of person. I don't know. The I had parents once scene, I think, was unintentionally hilarious. I had parents once, and then we go to a flashback. Okay, man, I thought that was funny. This like shaman, for lack of a better term, it's not a shaman. I don't know spooky stuff. This character was hilarious, and also in a different movie could be a really interesting character, honestly, in my opinion. Like, I think there's a way to do this. Used to be a pastor, now he's just kind of does weird spooky stuff as an exorcism. I think it's kind of a fun character. He's kind of useless in the movie. I will say I was hoping to see the picture of Father Stewart's girlfriend in the war, and it'd be like Buzz's girlfriend from Home Alone, but it wasn't. That would have been just as funny to me as what we got. Because the war stuff is fine, but it, kind of like Dustin said earlier, when he said that they didn't really waste any time. This is the only time I was like, no, I felt like it's funny, especially how it ends, because obviously the girl blows the hell up, and I thought that was funny as shit. But I don't know. It feels like we could have maybe just trimmed it down just a little bit, and the runtime was fine. I'm not complaining about that. I don't know if we needed the war stuff. All right, Nico Castro, listen here, buddy. Let me tell you something.
We've watched episodes of TV series that are longer than this movie.
Me and Nico are about to have an instant reaction to an episode of a show that was 2 hours and like 20 minutes or whatever the hell it was. I don't know what it was. It was something like that.
2 hours and 19 minutes too long. Go ahead.
Oh, you know the runtime, do you, huh? Oh, you wanted it to be 1 minute. Anyway, okay. I see the joke.
It was 2 hours 5 minutes, but it was 2 hours 5 minutes. But anyway,
2 hours and 4 minutes too long.
I like that he's like, "Are you feeling anything?" And he answers, "Anxiety, brother. I feel you. I feel you, brother. I understand where you're coming from." His transformation to a dino in this scene is legitimately so fucking awful, bro. Like the gloves on the hands. Do you guys think he kept those gloves as a souvenir from making this movie? I feel like he did. Had to.
No, actually, I think the writer, director, producer, whatever you said he all did, the costume is from a high school play of his. So it was his personal belongings. So I'm pretty sure he still has it.
Well, that's kind of fun then, I guess. I personally would have kept the Veloci hands myself, or the Rex hands, because it's not a Velociraptor at all. I guess we don't know for sure because we weren't around for dinosaurs. But anyway, I was happy for Doug here, though, man. Get you some, Doug. Doug and Carol, man, sitting in a tree. Kissing. What a montage. The song in this sex montage is fucking awful, though. Good night. It was nails on a chalkboard. It'd be like Dustin listening to the Beatles, bro. Like this song was fucking terrible. Last thing I had, you can tell after he gets some, though, he's a changed man. And it's just like we say, boys, it's undefeated. It's never not going to win over us, unfortunately.
Yeah, but them things that the boobies are attached to are mean, so it's not worth the headache.
Hey, I'm just gonna throw up the Drewski gift. I don't know, man. I'm married. I'm happy.
Yeah, as I'm watching like this dream sequence with Doug hugging his dad, I just wrote down even Tom Brady thinks the hug between father and son was weird. But anywho, now Dave Navarro as an exorcist makes an appearance. How much longer is this movie at this point? Father Stewart looks hilarious with his army helmet on. Like, what the hell is going on? Ali gets shot out of nowhere, and Stewart's acting was some of the best I've seen as he cries out for his comrade. Adeline blowing up on the Stewart looked awful as can be, and how did she blow up exclusively and no one else did? Like, what is going on? Question, why does an attempted exorcism cause him to transform? I thought it was anger that did it, not trying to remove demons that aren't in him. Like, what are we doing? And I don't know. I disagree, Mike. I thought that army thing with Stewart took forever. It could have definitely been sped up. Father Stewart caught an undeserved stray, having his eyeball ripped out. Man didn't deserve that. Diabolical laugh by Altair. Man didn't care at all that Stewart got attacked. I thought that was hilarious. And why does this movie have an over 3-minute sex montage scene? For a movie this short, it is dragging ass to get through. Last thing I got, atrocious editing sequence. Looks like a PlayStation playing a DVD and it's skipping repeatedly. Go ahead, Dustin.
You talking about on the montage?
Yeah.
I thought the montage
towards
was
the end, something happened.
I think the montage was probably the best part of filmmaking in the movie, like the colors and everything. I thought it looked cool, but I agree.
I honestly do appreciate some of the stuff that Brendan did. Like if you read, like I'm sure you read the fun facts, like how he got the look of the film, like scrubbing it on the ground of his bathroom and all that. Like I can appreciate that kind of stuff, but yeah. But
the war scene and the sex scene, it's not they drug because they were so unnecessary and irrelevant to the story. Yeah. So I get it. Like without those, this is probably barely an hour-long movie. And so, but have the VelociPastor taken out more bad guys. Just more of that.
Kill ninjas.
Or like even build towards this big showdown with the ninjas. The ninjas are sending him letters saying we're going to kill you, blah blah blah. So he's got to get to it. Like there was no building that. It's just, hey, I was at war and my girlfriend was in the war zone for no reason, and we're all surprised that she died in a war zone when she was a civilian. It's like, well, okay. Anyway.
Or go kill more Frankie Mermaid's people.
Yeah. Have Frankie Mermaid's people, his foot soldiers looking for him. So
yeah, do something fun with it, not waste my time.
Yeah. Anyway, here's the ending. Doug and Carol are laying in bed, and the next morning when ninjas jump through the open bedroom windows. Yes, I just said that. Doug and Carol fight them off in their underwear, and Doug didn't even have to transform into the dinosaur. What crappy ninjas these are. One of the ninjas had Doug's rosary beads and we cut to Father Stewart, who's been kidnapped by the ninjas. Okay? They tell Father Stewart their plans of drug smuggling with the aid of Christianity, and Father Stewart gets stabbed in the gut when he objects, and the map catches on fire for no reason. Doug throws on a leather jacket to reinforce the fact that he's a badass, and heads to the ninja hideout that one of the ninjas told him about before he died. When he shows up, he has nunchucks for some reason, and we find out that one of the ninjas, the white one, is Doug's little brother. Why not? A ridiculous fight scene ensues, and Doug ends up killing his brother with a stab to the gut, while Carol takes out 3 ninjas by herself. Another ninja walks out of a tent and walks up to Carol and slices her across the chest with his samurai sword. I wonder if it was signed by Randy Jackson. But anyway, that sword slice was almost in slow motion. He was walking so slow, she didn't have time to move. She dies in Doug's arms in an emotional scene, and even the ninjas mourn. Doug transforms into the dinosaur and takes on the remaining ninjas, killing them all. An arrow from the bow of the leader, Wei Chan, pierces Doug's leg, and we get a hilarious low-budget transformation of Doug back into his human form. He's been shot with the antidote, but his last words are, "I think my hand is immune." He still has his dino hands and starts to choke Wei Chan, whose head turns into a mannequin head that Doug rips off. We get an on-screen quote from Gandhi and find out that Carol did survive. Doug goes back to see her in the hospital as the doctor rips a cig, beacon of health, and Carol is fine, as is evident by the text on screen that says she's fine. He plans to go worldwide despite the $1 billion bounty on his head, and the movie ends.
We've kind of already talked about it. The ninja thing feels stupid. Like, this feels like such a waste of fucking time. Now, it ends up being something absolutely hilarious. And like I said, to me, one of the funniest things we've covered. And I don't think me and Nico are going to have a bigger disagreement than this last fight scene here, because I got to tell you, I thought it was fucking hilarious, man. This dinosaur costume in daylight running around fighting, like after the ninja fight, in blood that looked like SpaghettiOs sauce, which made me want SpaghettiOs because they're fucking great. I thought it was the best of the best, like so bad it's good stuff. I laughed my ass off. A couple other things to point out. The fact that Father Stewart is alive is crazy. I felt like I was watching Stranger Things where no one dies. So, like, I know he's like a world traveler here, but he's China in the beginning, but he's fighting off Japanese ninjas. I'm legitimately confused. May have to pull Nico in here for some Asian expertise, see if there's anything we can gather from the cross section here. I thought they didn't like each other. That's what South Park told me. So that's all I can say. But again, thought it was fucking funny. I was sad for a minute. I thought we were going to lose Carol, who's kind of the heart of the film, guys. I mean, we got to be honest. I mean, she kind of is the glue to the movie. Shout out to Carol. But she wasn't dead, so I was happy about that. And great head rip kill, like right off the bone. The effect, honestly, from a distance, the effects weren't that bad. I thought they were fine. Speaking of fine, hilarious words on screen scene when she's like, "I'm fine." She's fine. Like it was a spaghetti Western or something. I thought it was fucking hilarious. I do think the transformation that he makes from being super good pastor to being Danny Zuko from Greece was absolutely fucking funny. Like he's dressing like he's about to drive a motorcycle straight into the cafeteria, man. I thought it was awesome. To me, hilariously bad. Kind of like Zombievers. A bad movie, no doubt, but very fucking enjoyable for me. I had so much fun with it. I deep laughed harder at this movie than I've laughed at a modern comedy in a long time. And I'm not one of those like, oh, funny movies aren't funny anymore, guys. Legitimately, that's one of the funniest movies I've seen in a long time. I thought it was hilarious.
I'll tell you a movie that came out recently that was hilarious. Maybe it was Eternity. That movie was hilarious.
Movie was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Splitsville, though.
I need to watch Splitsville.
Splitsville is the funniest movie of last year.
Eternity was some bullshit at the end of it. But anywho, I'll move on. But Mike, you said spaghetti Western. It made me think about, I always go back to this damn James Franco roast all the time. But I remember Jeff Ross saying when Quentin Tarantino called Jonah Hill's agent and said he wanted to be in a spaghetti Western, Jonah Hill said, "You had me at spaghetti." So that was before he got skinny, and then when he was fat. That joke always hits for me. But anywho, final set of scenes. Thank God. That just tells you where my mind was watching this movie. I really wish I had more fun watching this one like you guys did. Ninjas attacking me in tidy whities is a nightmare situation. Like, thank God I'm not butt naked, because I think every man fears having to fight for his life with his little pecker swinging.
Yeah.
Can't even fault Carol being turned on after seeing that display of masculinity. And as I watch this fight sequence between Doug and Sam, all I can think is a 9 to 5 that bad? Because this movie sucks ass. Now Doug has elite ninja skills from he and Sam's descendants. I am straight up not having a good time. Maybe I should have taken mushrooms or an edible before this. Dumbass Doug just lets Carol get sliced. The fuck is this guy doing? Just standing around not doing nothing. The ninjas that were trying to kill them are now all sad. Like, this is quite the film. Like, what is going on? Now I'm watching ninjas being killed by one of the worst raptor T-Rex costumes I've ever seen. Seriously, go get a job. J-O-B in my Willie Jones voice. That's the word of the day. J-O-B. We brought up Friday a lot recently. I've noticed that.
Yep.
Shout out to the Friday trilogy. Great set of films. This ninja guy's prosthetic head, holy shit, was awful. And the last thing I got is good for Doug and Carol. Keep doing the Lord's work, killing bad guys. But to quote Dustin, just don't make a sequel.
Yeah, no. That end, though, he's going to go worldwide. There's $1 billion bounty on us. $1 billion bounty.
Billion.
Like,
There is a sequel.
Who they think he is? Chelsea Clinton?
All right, let's jump into our social media comments and questions. I'll do Instagram first. M. Roostone commented, she loves all these like B-horror movies, so shout out to Meg. Best action sequences ever in all capital letters. Truly a work of cinema at its finest with a laughing emoji. You know what? I'm glad that you can appreciate this kind of stuff. I really do. And Nice _384 commented, this movie was ridiculous with a sideways laughing emoji. Yeah, it was definitely a ridiculous movie. I agree with that. Dustin, you got anything on X or Blue Skies?
Yeah, I got one on X. Artist formerly known as Twitter. Well, two, but they're from the same person. Andrew Ferguson. First question was, where in the hell does one find this movie? IMDb has no watch options. So if you're listening to this, I told him, and I told you guys, my TV has all these like random apps on it that have free movies. And I watched it on one of them. It was called Bijou. I don't know where Andrew ended up finding it, but he did, because he also chimed in yesterday and said, that was definitely something. I did get a chuckle out of the parents' VFX death scene, the camera messing up when panning away from the death scene, including a World War I soldier statue randomly into the sex scene Octobox and the final boss's heads, and she's fine. I said, yeah, it's unlike anything we've seen before, that's for sure.
Yeah, hey, shout out to Bijou Theater or Bijou Theater, however you pronounce
Bijou.
it. I had to download that app too. Oh, that app's got some wild stuff streaming on there if you look through it, Dustin. I don't know if you did or not.
I didn't, but it also, I don't know if there's more than one Bijou Theater, but there's a Bijou Theater in Knoxville that's like a very famous theater. And I'm wondering if it's like one and the same. Surely to God, that theater doesn't have a streaming app with all kinds of random movies on it.
Maybe.
Bro, it's got everything from like a Serbian film to this to straight up like the HBO porn stuff on there.
They got Taxi Cab Confession? Anyway, go ahead.
Something like that. But anywho, I'll do Facebook real quick as well. Sean Irwin commented, "This is what Rubber wishes it was. A movie so ridiculously bad it's actually fun."
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sean.
Perfectly said.
I would rather watch Rubber personally.
Oh my God.
Shout out to Sean. Shan Pie also commented, shout out Shan. Still need to watch it, but the reviews I've read online before have been pretty epic. Sounds like it will be entertaining, even if it's in the so bad it's good for the last way.
Yeah.
That's to be determined.
No. You're correct in your assumption, Shane. Don't listen to Nico.
Correct.
All right, Dustin, you got any fun facts you want to share?
I got a few. It was shot on 16 millimeter film, which, hey, huge fan of personally. Before the negatives were developed, they were put in an oven for 10 minutes and baked at 200 degrees to achieve an aged look. And most of the scratches on the film, like you touched on earlier, Nico, they were achieved by Brendan Steer dragging the unprocessed film along surfaces in his bathroom, the only room in his apartment with no windows, and therefore dark enough not to expose the raw film. That's awesome. The product may not reflect his effort and knowledge to do those two things. That's great. And this is one I touched on. According to the DVD commentary by Brendan Steer, the Velociraptor costume had been in his basement for years. It had been made for a high school play, but the school's principal refused to let it be used because he believed it made the play too violent. And another funny thing about the costume, though, is in that final fight scene, you could see the hole in the bottom that you like put it on. It looked like the dinosaur had just given birth to, a beach ball. Anyway, police showed up. This one's hilarious to me. Police showed up to find out what was happening the day of the movie's climactic fight was filmed. Though the scene was being shot in a relatively remote area of a park, people passing by could still see the actors in the set. Someone called the police to report that, quote, ninjas and someone in a short, fat dinosaur costume are running around in the park.
Bitch, don't kill my vibe.
The last one I got. Greg Cohen, who plays Doug, was in the Hulu show Good American Family in 2025 with Jenny O'Hara, who was in the movie Devil that we reviewed, don'tgoouthere.com. But she was also in At Home with the Webbers in 1993 with David Arquette.
I'm going to read one fun fact, too, before you go, Mike, with a budget. This is from IMDb as well. When Frankie Mermaid, Carol's pimp, is screaming profanity at people on the street, he was unaware that several of the passers-by were school students who just got out of class. Hell yeah. God, I wish I liked this movie more. Because it's funny.
Man.
Everything about
how
it
about a rewatch?
Funny.
Get a little.
No,
hey,
good.
man.
I got too many damn movies to watch right now. I don't even want to think.
I am sorry. It was made for, like I said, I know, a shoestring $35,000. This movie was made for. Good night. Good night. That's just chump change for Nico, but that's a lot of money back.
Mike's got that in his pocket right now.
Dude, that reminds me of I went and saw the new Anaconda, and they go to the bank to see what they can get approved for to make this movie. They think they're going to get this huge loan. Like, you've been approved for $9,000. Like, that's basically what they had.
All right, now let's do our favorite kill, least favorite kill in the rating. Dustin, you want to kick us off?
Yeah, favorite kill. Favorite kill was the parents, because it was so ridiculous. We didn't see any of it. This is maybe the first time that an off-screen kill, quote unquote, will be my favorite kill. But VFX car on fire is hilarious. Least favorite kill, I don't know, man. Any of the others, because the ridiculous dinosaur costume just didn't work. Like, it was so silly. No, you know what? I'm going to go with the 3 ninjas that Carol killed by herself, because you're 3 ninjas and 1 unarmed woman. Come on. All right. Oof. As for my final thoughts and the rating, it's really hard to rate something this outrageously absurd, because when you give it a score, it's going to be compared to other movies that you've given that score to, or that you have given higher or lower. It's not as good as any of them, but it did make me laugh quite a few times, and they leaned all the way into the silliness, which gets some points. I gave it a 4 1/4.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Whoa.
All right,
you guys saw how
Whoa.
Y'all saw how high I rated Zombievers last week, buddy.
Yeah.
Get ready.
And before you go, I'll just tell you all both what Brian gave it, since you're not going to hear him say. He gave it a 5 3/4.
Whoa.
Yeah, he did.
What? Higher than Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Higher than Midsummer? Higher than Hereditary?
Higher than Hereditary is crazy. Higher than Midsommar is crazy. Okay, all 3 of those are crazy. But, yeah.
All right. Favorite kill, I'm going to go with Frankie Mermaid. That movie, that kill was hilarious. My least favorite kill is the chick, the wife who got blown up in Vietnam or wherever it was, because it looked awful. I thought that just looked terrible, and it drug on and on and on. Wasn't a fan of this one. Sorry. I did have a good few couple laughs, but I just thought it was a drag to get through. I just did not care. I thought the acting was terrible. I do appreciate some of the filmmaking, but I gave it a 1.0.
Oh my God, buddy! You thought
my pick like last month got like a 1.5. Like, what am I like? This one for this is too. Is this too mean?
No, yes. It's fine. It's fine, buddy. It's fine. I'm just excited to see your face when I drop this. Is all.
Oh my God!
Whoa! All right. Okay. Can we ever just talk movies on this show? Huh? Is that too much to ask in 2026?
We're talking about the VelociPastor right now. What are you doing?
All right, asshole. Oh man. Okay.
You know how you know how those ninjas would say this movie? The VelociPastor. Go ahead.
I'm calming down. Okay. I got to soldier on through this. Oh man, Tanahashi retired, Dustin. Anyway, sorry, I've been out of the loop, buddy. But my favorite kill is Frankie Mermaid, because I thought that was fucking hilarious, and I thought it was smart writing, like I said in my notes. My least favorite, didn't really have one. If I had to pick, I think Dustin made a great point. Those 3 ninjas that Carol killed by herself, that's fucking weak sauce, man. Get it together. 3-on-1. This is, I mean, John Cena beat like 5 people in one night one time. That's nothing. That's chump change right there. Anyway, but man, I had such a good time with this. I thought it was fucking hilarious. Laughed at a movie harder than I have in a really long time. Is this movie good? Hell no. It is dog shit awful. So kind of like I did last week, I'm going to give it 2 ratings and settle somewhere in the middle. Is on a movie just like being kind of a film snob critic. If I had to rate it something, it'd probably be like a 2, 2.3. And then if I had to rate how much I enjoyed it, it'd be about a damn 8. I thought it was fucking awesome. But it's so bad it's good. And so I settled somewhere in the middle. Nico, get this movie a 6.75, buddy. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh man!
All right.
Well,
That gives us
I'm looking up some previous scores by guy. I'm comparing this shit by guy.
Well, that gives us
I can't be held to any of that.
It gives us a composite score of a 4.4375. IMDb, we're pretty close. They're 5.1. Letterboxd 3.1 out of 5. 3.1 out of 5 on Letterboxd, Nico.
Come on,
Rotten
buddy.
Tomatoes, 59%. Higher than the entire Saw franchise.
What the fuck is going on around here? I'm so fucking pissed off right now. I'm mad. I am mad.
Hey, Nico.
It just, some people liked one battle after another. Others are wrong. People just, intake cinema in their own ways.
You're never going to live that fucking movie down.
No, it's going to win the Best Picture at the Oscars, and you're like, I didn't like it. But anyway,
it wasn't.
while you're
good.
looking up some
Nico,
comparable scores, I got a question for you guys.
No,
Okay.
Go ahead.
I said this movie or Halloween Ends.
I mean, Halloween Ends is a better movie, but I just
Is
hated
it?
what it was for what it was.
Okay, this movie or Jimmy and Stiggs?
God damn it, this movie. Or I hate Jimmy and Stiggs more. Jimmy and Stiggs was fucking bad. God, I hated that fucking movie. All right, anywho, any final thoughts on the VelociPastor? This 51 minutes. This is longer than I thought. Pause. Any final
Hell
thoughts?
yeah.
I'll shout out our blood donors now. Announce my dog shit pick for next week. Legendary blood donors Steve Schmidt. Shout out Steve Schmidt, that guy, and Dana Tucker, legendary blood donor. Really appreciate you, Dana. Camper Level reoccurring Nina, Michelle Mirza, Steve Schmidt, Matt from the UK, and Anthony Andrews. Camp Counselor reoccurring Edwin Hernandez Gunn, Joe Swinford, Adrian Aiello, Brian Samick, Andrew Ferguson, Brooke Maley, Heather Superdoc, Jennifer Davis from Too Close to Home Pod, Dana Tucker, Cole McAlexander, Max K, Amanda Pettiford, and Death Curse Casey. Really want to say thank y'all. We appreciate it. A lot of these names on this list have been there for many, many years, so I appreciate that. My pick for next week is from 2017. I was between two movies. I actually picked another one first, but I remember this one when Dustin kind of brought it up. I'm a huge fan of the Saw franchise, so I chose 2017 Slaw, a Saw parody, and yeah, it's something. Hopefully y'all like it, but I wasn't a huge fan. Maybe I like it on a second watch.
Hey, I mean, it's got Kevin Nash in it. John Capp, the main guy, he was a wrestler as well. He was the bodyguard for Rick Rude in WCW.
Nice.
No, I know. I read some stuff. It's going to be awful.
I can't believe Dustin or Brian rated this movie fucking higher than Midsommar, Hereditary, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like, I'm hung up on this. Like,
Hey, don't look at mine. I'm inconsistent with my scores. Everybody knows this.
But it's not. We're not working for a publication that grades movies based on their technical ability. Like, we are.
Oh, dude, this movie's like a 1.5
and how much we enjoy them.
Right.
So I enjoyed it.
Hell yeah, this movie was a fucking blast, man.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Final thoughts, guys. We getting out of here?
Yeah, let's get out of here. Good night, Canada.
Right. Brian, higher than Hereditary, Midsommar, whatever. All right, I'm out.
Jason X.
Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you next week. And in the meantime, take care of yourself.
Just want to remind everybody,